So you've probably heard now about the proposed expansion of the Internal Revenue Service, which will get 7 times itself in size. That's right, they're going to 7 times the size of the IRS with this inflation, climate, and tax legislation being floated. I'm going to tell you why this is bad for you, bad for the United States of America, and certainly bad for small business people, lest you wonder why you should care. First off, the IRS under this proposal is going to gain 87,000 new government employees. Those are federal employees that are generally never fired, never downsized, and will be with us for the rest of the country's life. It means you will be paying for them. Whether you're a small business person, whether you're a billionaire or not, you will be burdened with paying for these new 87,000 employees, again, making the IRS the largest government agency. The IRS could also very likely become a more weaponized federal agency. We have seen in the past the IRS targeting certain organizations, certain individuals, certain companies. Certainly the IRS is powerful. The IRS, after all, brought down Al Capone. Oh, but Damian, if you're not a criminal like Al Capone, why should you care? If you don't have something to hide, what difference does it make? I'll tell you why. Now let's talk about small business people. People like me that don't have billions. I am not Bill Gates. I don't have a bevy of lawyers and tax accountants lined up to fight any probe or audit by the Internal Revenue Service. In 28 years of running my own business, the couple of times that I have been alerted or informed of a potential audit by the IRS, we just usually settled. They said, you owe us a few $1,000s. I give it to them. This is not uncommon for people who run their own business. After all, the U.S. tax code is extremely complex, thousands of pages that no small business person generally can devote employees to interpret. So we hire an accountant, we do our taxes, and usually what we find is that if you handed off your paperwork at the end of a year to 4 different accountants, you would get 4 different answers on what you should be reporting, paying, etc., etc. Hence the idea of a complex tax code. Everyone could be found in error. Therefore, everyone could be shook down. Now you understand why small business people are screaming bloody murder over this new expansion. It means that every year when we are informed that we have our papers not in order and we owe $4,000, $5,000, $10,000, we will simply have to comply and fork over more of our hard-earned money. Why do you care? You're saying, it's not my problem. I'm not a small business person. I got a normal job. Small business is the backbone of our economy. We still employ the bulk of the employees in the United States of America. Main Street is comprised of small business people. Small business has forever been the tool of impoverished and low-income people to climb the economic ladder. Do you want a society where we're a caste system, where only the oligarchs and billionaires can have forward economic progress? If not, then you should be a big fan of small business. Small business like mine spends already about 50 hours a year. That's right, my wife and I devote probably about 50 hours a year and several $1,000s to tax compliance, tax understanding, and compiling all of our tax papers, making sure our papers are in order. Now there's going to be probably even more time and effort devoted to this cause. That's 50 hours that I could be building my business, making money to hire other contract employees, bettering the economy that now are instead spent on ridiculous compliance or worry or trying to avoid audits that these 87,000 new IRS agents are going to be conducting. Oh, but they're not going to do that. What do you think happens within a government agency? Once it gets bigger, it's then tasked with one important role, justifying its existence to continue to grow. That's what's going to happen. That's why the IRS expansion being proposed is bad for you, because you will be paying for it. Bad for America, because it's an expansion of government power and cost that is not going to give you any benefit. It's bad for small business people, and entrepreneurialism is good for America.